Hello everyone, welcome to today's reading. Let's see what the cards have to tell us. Okay, we have the King of Swords in reverse. I'm going to shuffle for more. Temperance. The Hierophant, okay. This is very prevalent energy during this time. I think the energetics that happen with regards to the Earth's CME fluxes. What is it, CME? I've forgotten what that stands for, but the electromagnetic radiation that comes from the solar flares and other astronomical shifts, they have a huge influence over our headspace, in my opinion. The way I've experienced it, it's our head and our heart. And normally when those things flare like that, it really tests certain parts of our story, of ourselves, in my belief, to get us to get better at transmuting our problems, alchemizing shit, and really coming down to understanding the greater systems that we are part of, surrendering to that instead of trying so hard to be in control all the time and have all of our ducks in a row. And this card is the card of somebody. So all of these three cards together is giving somebody who's trying to over logicify, apply way too much logic to the way that the universe works and to the way that you bring about the things that you want, to manifestation, divine connection. Okay, so beneath the deck, I think we're just going to sit with this as the story. We have the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords, the Eight of Swords. I'm going to go as far as there to say that with that, I'm getting the card, the frequency, of somebody who is trying to make too much sense about human behavior. Someone is facing the truth about things like, someone's facing the truth about betrayal, victimhood, shame, conflict, conflict with others. And like with this all, I'm getting the frequency of possibly somebody who feels a bit too sensitive for the world. Somebody who's just coming to realize how rough and aggressive and chaotic the world is and how soft they are inside and how much softness they've needed. I'm seeing somebody, like I said, over logic, whose mind is the enemy right now. And the best way to solve it straight up is to work with water, pray over water, drink it. So speak a very direct, intentional prayer over your water to deal specifically with these frequencies of perceiving betrayal, a lack of discernment probably in relationships, but also being able to understand the shadows and the evils that are present in the world. I'm seeing somebody who needs to like release their heart with and their mind with their strengthen, harden their mind and their heart. Not harden, strengthen rather, let me say. I don't know how to describe this process. You know, an initiation, or like in any kind of spiritual initiation or like spiritual awakening or whatever, how the universe always puts you through this rough stage in order to get you, the whole thing of how you can't have the dark without the light, you know? That is an alchemical process within itself that I think is used in all ritual and spiritual understandings that I think is being called upon you right now. If that's something you relate to, rely on prayer, connection specifically with the divine as a strict teacher and not so much as a benevolent, loving force. Try to understand the tough love of God. Understand the bigger picture, yin and yang of God. Remember how God isn't just the good, but also the bad. God is in everything. There's a brilliant post that someone posted from a book they were reading, and I don't know where my phone is. It would have been the perfect quote to leave with this, but it basically speaks about if you're facing the world's ills and it becomes too sensitive for you, just accept the fact that is something that is a facet of life. Know that that cannot exist without the other, without light, and acknowledge and give reverence to that, that its role, that the darkness's role is to make clear the light. I'm also receiving somebody who's getting very impatient about finding a solve towards some kind of conflict of betrayal. Someone was betrayed by someone, betrayed by someone they care about. Somebody is looking at somebody in a way where, like, this is someone you care about. You're looking at them in a way where you're looking at them in a very distrusting way. Like, you don't really trust them anymore. Maybe there's just something off. There's like a lack of, like, I'm feeling a sudden lack of a sense of safety in a relationship or connection, or within a person that reflects in their connections and relationships. But basically, this person is just they're kind of creating their own drama in a way, and really you just need to feel through your shit. The high priestess appears with the Hierophant. This is and Temperance, very, very big messaging to pray. You'll be surprised by how helpful that is. Cleansing, doing water cleansings and wiping yourself over with salt water that you've prayed over. Amazing stuff. Really crazy how really small things like that do wonders. And you have to, as you do it, trust that what you are doing is working. As you do it, pray, and so it is. And then release it to God. Whether it works or not, whatever happens after that, nothing to do with you. You are only tasked to continue being in the moment. Continue feeling through things, processing things. This is really somebody who is like a little bit like they really put themselves in their own hole, thinking everyone is against them. This is also the card of somebody who thinks themselves into a whirlwind of a mess where they just think everyone's against them. Yeah. Someone thinks everybody's against them, and that is absolutely not the case. It's more just a reflection of them kind of being against themselves in a way. But it's all the presence of this card also gives me, it reflects to me as necessary conflict. It's just that it's like the way that animals behave in the jungle. It's part of the process of egos and the existence of it. It's not like there will never be conflict, that there will always be peace. It has to happen that way. You rise and you fall, you rise and you fall. It just has to happen. You know what I mean? 1 foot in, 1 foot out, the balance of it has to happen. So accept conflict as it comes. This may be also now leaning into the general collective messaging here. Accept conflict as it comes. Know it's all necessary. Don't allow it to make you feel like you're backed in a hole or like there's no solution. There's always a solution and more. There's always more than one solution. No one is against you. This is also something I feel like saying. Truly no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Anyone against you is against themselves. It's all personal. It all has to do with someone inside of them. So leave people with their own shit and you focus on yourself. This is also the card of these cards are giving that someone really needs to focus on themselves. They're getting way too offended by what other people are doing. And this is a very common trait for me. And I've started needing to rework my mind to constantly repeat. Anytime I find myself making assumptions about what other people might be doing, either I go to them and I address it or I let it go. But I know that when I hop on and on about something in my head, it means I don't have anything better to do. And that's a problem for me. Just find something to do could also be helpful. This is also a restless mind. So find something to put your mind in. Crossword puzzles, chess if you're into it, Sudoku, learn a new skill. Do something with your energy because it feels like there's a lot going on and it's all cooking in here. It needs to move. I suggest you do movement as well. Yoga might be especially helpful during this time, but also maybe exercise, like hard, strenuous work, just to put the mind at ease. And know that all is well. This is also the card of that. All is well. These are your angels literally balancing it all out on the other side. So you really don't have to be so tight about stuff all the time. Release it to your ancestors as well if that suits, or to your God, or to whoever you pray to. Very important to pray during this time. Please remember what a superpower it is to do that, to tap into your spirituality and to be aware of that world. It's very important. Moving forward, very important now more than ever. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next reading.